Today's society is facing a new online threat: influencers. These tech-savvy 20-somethings have flocked to Instagram to flaunt their unattainable looks and flog tummy-taming teas, pocketing obscene amounts of cash along the way. Fortunately for us, the mask can still slip from time to time, and coming up are some serious influencer reality checks. Kristen Hancher. First up is Kristen Hancher, a Canadian model and blogger who has already amassed almost 6 million followers on Instagram at just 20 years old. According to her vlogs, Kristen is also a dancer, actress, singer, and soccer player, and she never seems to stick to one hair color, going from silver to neon green and even multicolored in an instant. Things aren't always as they seem in Hancher's snaps though, and this glaring comparison by Instagram expose account CelebFace puts things into some perspective. Firstly, her platinum locks are very clearly a lace front wig, which is visible around her hairline in these unedited pics from an official event. The rest is down to simple makeup tricks, like the extreme highlight used to reshape her nose, and some good old Facetune, mostly to smooth out blemishes and enhance her lips and eyes. Hancher is also guilty of a little nip and tuck here and there, as seen here in these edited pics when compared with screenshots taken from footage of the very same day. Kristen is clearly an attractive woman without all the edits, so why promote an unreal persona online? Tana Mongeau. Tana Mongeau is a 21-year-old musician, model, and all-round internet personality who has already been called out several times for the misleading way she portrays herself online. In 2019, Tana was criticized for posting a heavily edited image of herself on the red carpet at the People's Choice Awards, which, as you can see, was a far cry from the original photos that can be easily accessed through Getty Images. Tana has also raised eyebrows with the way she often manipulates her figure to appear slimmer, like in this snap from a music video compared to a candid from the very same shoot. The same could be said for this sultry beach snap, which didn't exactly match up to videos posted on Friends stories from the day. Of course, this could all be clever angles, and body shaming is seriously not cool, but surely Tana should lead by example by showing her young audience how to embrace their natural bodies. Khloe Kardashian and Kylie Jenner. It wouldn't be a video about influencer culture without mentioning the Kardashian sisters, right? They may be the OG influencers, but they're still very much at the top of their game. Having opened up about her own insecurities in the past, Khloe should know better than to deceive on social media. But she hasn't been able to lay off the face editing apps just yet. In this Insta post, Khloe is almost unrecognizable, especially when compared with an unedited red carpet snap. Her jawline is slimmer, her eyes much wider, and her skin is distinctly smoother to eliminate basically any visible pores. Similar editing tricks have been used in this Calvin Klein ad campaign to resculpt Khloe's face shape beyond recognition, as well as in this selfie compared with a still from a TV appearance later that day. Kylie Jenner, the youngest and richest member of the Kardashian clan, is also no stranger to a bit of deception on her Insta, which currently boasts 158 million followers. Like Khloe, Kylie's face shape is distinctly more slimlined in selfies posted online, especially when compared with professional shots like this one, which was taken on the same day. Between TV appearances and official events which give the sisters no place to hide, it's mind-blowing to consider how much wasted effort is put into selling these fake images online, not to mention how dangerous it is for young women who treat them as role models. James Charles. Women aren't the only ones to pull the wool over our eyes online. Beauty vlogger and makeup artist James Charles is just as guilty of a few not-so-subtle tweaks. In this promotional image for his line of Morph makeup brushes, James poses as a sultry elf. But his tiny size isn't the only thing out of the ordinary. Insta stories from the shoot clearly show that James's waist was not nearly as cinched as in the final edit, while other human proportions like the length of his legs may have been doctored too. Some have even claimed James just took the pre-edited face from one of his previous selfies and slapped it onto the new festive pics. Yikes. This wouldn't be the first time he's come under fire after he was also exposed for enhancing his makeup on a redo of his high school graduation photo. Plenty of comparisons exist to show just how many touch-ups go into a single Insta post. But hey, at least he's honest about it, tweeting, "I Photoshop all my pics like literally every other social influencer." Meredith Mickelson. Meredith Mickelson is a 20-year-old model who's gained major notoriety by working with Calvin Klein and even appearing on the cover of Vogue in 2016. as well as collecting a tidy 1.8 million followers on Instagram. A quick flick through her page is enough to show why, with piercing green eyes, killer cheekbones, and full lips, she's a true beauty. But some have pointed out that Mikkelsen doesn't look quite the same in pics outside the gram. When compared with her earlier modeling days, it becomes quite clear that Mikkelsen once had a fuller face and more wide-set jaw than you might realize. Untouched images like this one also show how her facial structure has been reworked to seem more trimmed, while her skin has been bronzed and her eyes lightened. Besides the obvious slimlining, others have accused Mikkelsen of starting a bizarre trend called eye dragging, which refers to the way she seemingly upturns the corners of her eyes to seem more cat-like online. Aubrey O'Day. At 35 years old, Aubrey O'Day is one of the older influencers on this list, but that hasn't stopped her from chasing the trends when it comes to beauty modifications. Aubrey is a former member of girl group Danity Kane turned reality TV star, and her Instagram often features vanity snaps boasting platinum hair, smoky gray eyes, and a curvaceous figure. Unfortunately, unedited pictures from paparazzi candids to video footage and red carpet photos vary so much that it's hard to tell what Aubrey really looks like nowadays. This side-by-side comparison of an unedited selfie and a similar Instagram post best highlights just how much effort goes into Aubrey's edits. Besides the obvious use of Botox, Aubrey's eyes, or contacts, have been lightened so much that her pupils have suddenly disappeared altogether, and the whole selfie is so smoothed over that it could literally be a digital painting. Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas is a pretty big deal on YouTube. Even her mukbang videos, where she eats obscene amounts of food, attract millions of views. But she's no stranger to Facetune and Photoshop when it comes to Instagram, where she has 2.4 million followers. Despite promoting body positivity, this plus-size Barbie has been scrutinized for her heavy-handedness when editing her selfies. These vacation snaps could almost be two different people, despite the fact they were probably taken hours apart, while these comparisons, although understandably unflattering, demonstrate just how makeup, hair, and touch-ups can transform a photo. The only thing similar about these two photos is the choice of wig, while Trisha's skin and facial features have been amplified to perfection. As someone who openly struggles with her own appearance, surely altering herself to fit certain standards can only do more bad than good. Elba Priscoli. Elba Priscoli is a model hailing from Barcelona who has amassed a 128k strong following on Instagram, with a slew of flashy vacation snaps and perfect selfies. But some have noticed that something is amiss with her online persona. In a set of Getty images from the 14th Rome Film Festival red carpet event in 2019, Elba looks distinctly different. Not only is her deep golden tan nowhere to be seen, but her jaw is wider and her eyes less cat-like than her Insta would have us believe. This didn't deter Priscoli from uploading the snaps to her own page though, and she shamelessly posted this disturbingly retouched version of the close-up on her story instead. The edits didn't stop there either, as Priscoli then proceeded to upload a couple more snaps from the evening where both her waist and face have been slimlined, while her makeup is miraculously much more defined than in the originals.
She would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for pesky snoops poking around her portfolio.
Zara McDermott. Whether you like it or not, popular reality show Love Island is a total influencer-making machine, and the onslaught of contestants being pumped out of the show are under constant pressure to maintain their popularity afterwards. Zara McDermott from the UK's fourth series has come under fire since leaving the show after trading in her natural looks for over-edited and misleading snaps on the gram. Zara is no stranger to sharing a cheeky bikini pic with her 1.3 million Insta followers, but now claims are rushing in that her envious figure might just be smoke and mirrors. Comparisons like this one illustrate how the right angles, plus a possible bit of digital tweaking, can dramatically alter the way a body can look on camera. The same can be said for this Insta snap when compared with a tagged photo from the same day. Zara already has a great figure without retouching needed, and failing to celebrate her natural curves online could send out a dangerous message about what kind of bodies are acceptable. Natalie Halcrow. Natalie Halcrow is a 31-year-old American actress and model with a whopping 3.8 million followers on Instagram, who quite frankly just doesn't know when to stop with the digital retouching, to the point where her followers could possibly pass her on the street without even realizing. On Insta, Halcrow is a busty brunette with plump lips and captivating light green eyes. But Natalie IRL is something of a different story. In this comparison, which shows Natalie at an official event versus one of her modeling shoots, it's apparent that she's not afraid of a bit of Photoshop. Though her luscious locks might seem the same, her edited face with more pronounced cheekbones and glowing skin could be a totally different person. There are tons of images like these which show just how much Halcro over-edits her face, from obviously lightened eyes to her ridiculously enhanced pout. In some photos like this one, Halcro seems like some distant whisper of her former self, or like an uncanny oil painting based on a total fantasy. Hannah Winifred Tittenser. We've already seen how digital retouching can alter someone's appearance, but this next wannabe influencer took things a step further by changing race instead. Hannah Winifred Tittenser, otherwise known as Dirty Hippie on Instagram, has been accused by followers of blackfishing by seemingly presenting herself as an African American woman online, despite photos from her teen years proving otherwise. Hannah has since admitted to using illegal tanning injections to boost her melanin levels, as well as spending 45 minutes per week on sunbeds, but claims it has nothing to do with race. The deception doesn't end there though, as Hannah has also been called out for over-editing her snaps, including posts like this one where her waist seemed impossibly thin, despite other images where she is more naturally slim. A careful blend of heavy makeup and digital enhancement has also been blamed for the way Hannah sometimes looks like an uncanny avatar of her true self online. This also became apparent when she appeared on a morning TV talk show in 2019. Without her over-enlarged eyes and doll-like proportions, she looked pretty human. Anastasia Kvitko. Russian glamour model Anastasia Kvitko has racked up 10.5 million followers on Instagram thanks to her eye-popping curves and infamous 38-25-42 figure, which has seen her nicknamed the Russian Kim Kardashian. Although Kvitko claims her body is completely natural, many have speculated over her heavy use of photo editing software, not only to enhance her insane proportions, but to manipulate her face too. This damning comparison, which shows an unedited snap from an official red carpet event alongside an Insta-worthy edit, is enough to make anyone question what they see online. This close-up comparison also illustrates just how much digital manipulation has taken place to uphold Kvitko's online image, as her jawline has been completely reworked while her features are distinctly more pinched and childlike. In fact, it honestly seems like more effort has been put into transforming Kvitko into a Selena Gomez lookalike than enhancing her own natural looks, and the end result is practically unrecognizable. Considering such an insane amount of digital enhancement happens between reality and the final product, I wonder who Kvitko expects to see in the mirror every morning. What do you make of influencer culture and the impact it's having on society? Should influencers quit with the edits or just be more open about it? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.